take a few big breaths. And have another one. Remember soft knees, and again. And just hums. Making sure you're all comfortable where you are. Move a little bit if you need a bit more space. And I think Molly, is it? Where's Molly?
Just tried to kill myself on the mic, please. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the very first Sing for Water Gloucester. And we are joining here London, Cardiff, Leicester and Sing North in Lancashire to raise money for Water Aid. It's one of those statistics that you hear that 1 in 10 people in the world are still living without clean water. Now, if you look at the choir, if you can bear to look at the choir, there's 120 people here, and that statistic means that 12 people out of this choir would not have their own toilets, they wouldn't have access to water, they would be in constant danger of death from cholera and all sorts of other diseases. Now, Water Aid works to combat that. And it's reached, over the last 10 years, since 1981, it has reached 24.9 million people, bringing clean water to them. Now this year, Sing for Water events are supporting a particular Water Aid project, and that is in Oromia in Ethiopia, where 3 in 4 people don't have access to safe water, and 1 in 5 people don't have somewhere private to go to the toilet in. And Water Aid are working with local partners there to install gravity flow water systems and sanitation, and to put hygiene blocks in communities, schools and hospitals. So what we want you to do is empty your pockets, basically. You know, that's all to get your sympathy. And we will have coming round people shake, well, they're not allowed to shake buckets, actually. It's against the law. So, stewards, would you identify yourself by lifting your buckets without a sound? I'm going to say there is absolutely nothing illegal if they want to shake anything else. So stand by and wait for it. Now, what else am I going to tell you? I'm going to tell you that we also have down here at the front a picture by Caroline. Caroline Hope, can you identify yourself? There's Caroline, looking shy and retiring. But she's painted a picture there which is based on the picture on the flyer, and we're auctioning that. The starting price was 30, but it's gone up to 40 already. It's by written bids only, so if you want to make your way over there at some point to put in a bid for the picture, please do. We'll let you know within 5 minutes of the end of the gig. We'll be telling you who's won it. So now, before we go on, let me call out the choirs. We've got a load of choirs here. We've got 120 singers, and I'm going to call them out. You're going to identify yourselves. So, Blakeney Singers. Hooray! Telford Singers. Hooray! Choirinium, Cirencester. Not many, but very loud. Forest Rebels. The Forest Rebels? One person. Go for the Forest Rebel in that case. Garden Cafe Singers from Liverpool. Too many of them. And G11 Voices from Cam. From Gloucester, we have the Gloucester Guildhall Community Choir. We have Pairing Chorus. And we also have my favourite choir, Hucklecoats Tea Time Choir. It's only because it sounds like cakes and scones. Hucklecoats, identifier, there you go. And then coming from Tewkesbury, we have Heart and Soul Community Choir. Yes, small but perfectly formed. And we have also coming from they say it's Leadenvale, I hope I've got that right. Leadenvale Community Choir. Newent Scottish Singers. Painswick Community Choir. Singing for breathing in from Lidbrook. And we also have from Stroud, we've got Morning Glories, Rise Up Singing, And she did. And a choir called The Herd. Very nice. Have I missed anybody? No, I've got them all. And some individual singers who are not aligned to any choir at all. Please identify, you brave people. Thank you. So, practicalities, we have stewards all round. If you need to find a toilet, the stewards know where they are. It says here, yes, we'll point out the Mariners Church, it says here, for first aid. We have 2 St John's ambulance people who are over there in the lovely green tops. So if you've got a problem, they're there. I've been asked to remind people that it's a residential area. Now, this is a thing. I come from Malvern, and in Malvern we're too genteel to need this sort of notice. But we're in Gloucester, so I'd ask you to keep the fist fights and the noise down. Yeah? So that's it. I'd just like you to behave, really, but you can clap loudly. There will be a chance, however, for a little bit of audience participation. And Monica and Kirsty will keep that in order. All right, just saying. Right, so we're on to our first song then. And it's called Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie. It's by Lead Belly. It's arranged by Bruce Knight, who is a local community choir leader in Warwick and Coventry, and also a workshop at the Community Choir Festival in Stratford-on-Avon every year. Now, there's a story attached to this. Lead Belly's uncle, Bob Ledbetter, he had a wife called Sylvie. And when he was out ploughing in the heat of the summer, in the hottest part of the farm, he'd shout out, "Sylvie, bring me some water." But Sylvie didn't bother. She wasn't a good wife. And he would shout and he'd holler louder and louder. And eventually, Lead Belly made a song from it. And this is the song, Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie.
This is one of the songs that we'd like you to join in on. So what we're going to do is we're going to sing the chorus a couple of times and you can join in with us. Is that okay? And if you don't want to join in, that's fine as well. So we're just going to do a couple of times, Bring Me a Little Water, Sylvie. Are we all right with that? Yeah. Bring me a little water, bring me a little water, bring me a little water. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Bring me a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Bring me a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while.
Got that? Everyone singing along? Yeah. Fantastic. We'd like you to sing along, particularly at the end. And if you see me going like that, that means the choir's going to go quieter, so can you do that as well? Are we on? Bring me a little, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Bring me a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Bring me a little water now. Bring me a little water, Sylvie. Every little once in a while.
Sylvie says, Sylvie.
I've got one more. Thank you, the choir. Well done, nice. Good, they can hear it right over at the back. People at the back, if you want to move forward, there's room to stand down here if you want to. Just one little thing to say. The marked out way through there is a drive-through, so be careful. We're not supposed to have people standing in there, so make sure you're safe. Okay, thank you. Our next song is called Let the River Run. It's by Carly Simon. It's arranged by Wendy Sargent, and she's a community choir leader from Portishead, Pill and Clevedon near Bristol. Now, Carly Simon wrote this for the movie Working Girl, and it starred Melanie Griffith, Harrison Ford and Sigourney Weaver. And she described it, choir, listen to this, as an anthem with a jungle beat. So that's it, it's jungle time. And in 1989 it won an Oscar and a Grammy for the best song from a movie. Ladies and gentlemen, Let the River Run.
Wake
gentlemen, we're moving on to our third song. Before we do that, just reminding you, and for people who've only just arrived, that we are singing to raise money for WaterAid. And WaterAid looks to provide sanitation and clean water, toilets and so on, to the poorest communities in the world. And that's what we're raising money for here today. And we're going on. Our next song now is from Africa, and the choir are singing it in Shona. They understand every word. And they've all learned the words, you will have noticed. If you see people suddenly doing this, it's because the front row they hired out the space on their backs so people could attach words to it. I hope you're going to donate it to WaterAid afterwards. So our next song then, oh stewards, can you just make yourselves known? Stewards, shake something, stewards, but not your boxes. Just so you know, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking for donations for WaterAid. Thank you so much. So our next song then is called Gomo Guru, and its full name is Ire Gomo Guru Re Zimbabwe. And it's a traditional Shona song from Zimbabwe, and it's arranged by Gitika Partington, and she's a singer, a songwriter, a choral arranger and choir leader from London. Now, this Shona folk song is sung to give strength to people hiking up mountains. And I told you before, I come from Malvern, we sing this all the time. It's a big one with us. But it's like so many songs from South Africa and the spirituals from America, it was used as a coded protest song during the Liberation War, after which Rhodesia became Zimbabwe. And it was sung in praise of the Muhiba, and they were the young boys who provided information to the freedom fighters in the bush. They climbed a very different sort of mountain.
And if anyone feels like dancing, feel free. And we're going to go.
Can I say that some of the hip movement in the choir was fantastic. Good moves. And I suppose this would be a good point to mention that you know that because we told you that we came from a number of choirs. This is the first time that everybody has actually sung together. There have been two rehearsals where some people were able to come and other people came to the other one, and this is actually the very first time they've all sung together. So I didn't tell you that at the beginning because I didn't want to worry you. Okay, So our next song is called Beyond the Sea. Some of you may have heard this in its French version, the original French version, which was La Mer, and it was written and performed by Charles Trenet. This one is arranged by Wendy Sargent. We heard from her before. She arranged one of the other songs. Now, the French song was one of my mum and dad's favourite. And I was thinking about this, remembering I listened to it on 78. Does anybody else here remember, when I say 78, does that ring a bell with anybody? Oh, thank God for that, you know. What do they know, young people, eh? So, the English lyrics are different, and they are by Jack Lawrence. The song's been recorded by Bing Crosby, Helen Shapiro, Rod Stewart, Robbie Williams, and Barry Manilow. So, ladies and gentlemen, Beyond the Sea.
Oh, maybe I should change the lyrics. Take this.
Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands on golden sands and watches the ships that go sailing somewhere beyond the sea. She's there waiting for me. If I could fly like birds on high, straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the stars. It's near beyond the moon. I know, beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet. Beyond the shore, just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing. It's far beyond the stars. It's near beyond the moon. I know, beyond a doubt, my heart will lead me there soon. We'll meet. Beyond the shore, we'll kiss just as before. Happy we'll be beyond the sea, and never again I'll go sailing beyond the sea, sailing beyond the sea, sailing beyond the sea, sail on.
Thank you very much. And again, for people there are people coming through all the time, so just to say, if you just stop by, we're singing to raise money for Water Aid, to provide sanitation and clean water to the poorest communities in the world. At £2, we'll buy you a water system toolkit, something that will help you provide yourself with that clean water. £5 buys a tube well, and £10 buys a mason to construct a family toilet. things that basic. So please dig deep. Our stewards are about to approach you with menaces now. They're getting tough now. And please give as much as you can. One thing to add, we do have, you may have come out without cash, rather like the Queen, you know. So we do have a Just Giving page, and that is to be found at Sing for Water Gloucester, see, I wrote this very strangely. Sing for Water Gloucester on the Just Giving page. At the moment, our total stands at £1,724. I was given advice that we should say it in hundreds because it sounds more than thousands. So £1,724. So now our next song is a traditional Croatian love song sung in Croatian. And it's called Plovi Barko. It was arranged for Sing for Water Cardiff, and it has a little song. A young man is out in his boat with his love, who is called Anchor. This is nothing to do with the boat, it's not an implement to stop you moving, it's her name. Anka, not Angkor. So he's out with his love, Anchor. The boat is sailing, the sea is deep, and Anchor is in the boat with him. And he says, Anchor, sweet Anchor, my heart and soul, your eyes are deep as the sea. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. So we're coming to our final song now. It's a medley, or just to show that I'm down with the youth, it's a mashup. And it's called the Gloucester Jamboree. It's been arranged and adapted by our own Monica and Kirsty. Kirsty Abraham, come here. You're going to do a bit of explaining now, aren't you? So, and since they've put it together, I'm handing over to them to explain what goes on.
Thank you. So this song is a combination of two quite well-known shanties. One is called Whip Jamboree. Does anyone know it? You're very welcome to join in the chorus. You'll find it quite easy. Bit louder. Is that better? Yes. Whip Jamboree, and the other one is called Let the Bullgine Run. And we've made the words, and both the choruses you'll pick up in a trice. Especially with Monica leading here. And the story that we've adapted slightly is about the ships that used to come into this dock, up Severn. They would come up the Bristol Channel, and you'll hear the words Flatholme Light, which is a lighthouse on the Isle of Flatholme. And if you were coming up the channel, you might aim for that first of all before you come up towards Bristol, before you come up towards Sharpness Dock. And at Sharpness Dock, that's the first place that you can join the canal in the days once they made a canal. And you could come up through the canal into the basin behind us. And in those days, you could come through into what's now Victoria Basin, which in the song we've called Victoria Dock, which is what it used to be called. And we've also mentioned, you popped in Gloucester Dock, Gloucester Lock, I beg your pardon, which is actually over that way, which you can still come in from the River Severn as well. So if you want to have a look at that, if you're not familiar, all of these places are in the song. That's enough, I think, isn't it?
Ladies and gentlemen, the Gloucester Jamboree.
That wasn't the last word yet. So we invite you to join in the choruses. There's two choruses. So in the first part of the song, in the Whip Jamboree, the chorus is Whip Jamboree, Whip Jamboree. And I'm going to get 5 to sing it once, and then I'm going to invite you to join in. So you can try and join in every time that chorus comes around. And then in the second part of the song, there is a chorus, Timmy, hey, rig-a-jig. And I've got the rest. Timmy, hey, rig-a-jig, and a jaunting run. Can you all try that? Timmy, hey, rig-a-jig, and a jaunting run. Ah, hey, ah, ho, are you most done? So you can join in with that every time it comes. Here we go. Timmy, hey, rig-a-jig, and a jaunting run. Ah, hey, ah, ho, are you most done? Fantastic. So we're going to sing Whip Jamboree, just a chorus, for you wants to listen, and then you can join in. And every time, once we start, you're welcome to take part. Let's all do the chorus. Whip, ja, whip, hey, whip, jamboree, all you pigtail sailor hanging down behind. Whip jamboree, oh, Jenny, get your oat cakes down. One more time. Whip jamboree, all you pigtail sailor hanging down behind. Whip jamboree, oh, Jenny, get your oat cakes down. Good, you're in. So, just remember to stay here. Okay.
hoa, you must done. Young Liza Lee will marry me. So clear the track and let the boat shine round. Hey, ring a ting and a ting run. Ah, hey, ah, ho, ah, you must done. With Liza Lee all on my knee. So clear the track and let the boat shine round. With jamboree, oh you pigtail sailor hanging down behind. With jamboree, oh Jenny, get your oat cakes done. Hey, ring a chick and a dong-ching run. Ah, hey, ah, ho, ah, you must done. With Liza Lee all on my knee. So clear the track and let the boat shine round.
So ladies and gentlemen, thank you. That brings our concert to the end. We've got one or two things to please. Another huge round of applause for our choir. And thank you to you for coming. We have one or two people to thank. People support this, they give us sponsorship, and without their sponsorship these events wouldn't happen. And so we are how grateful indeed to Severn Trent Water, to KM Reprographics, who've done all the printing for free, St John's Ambulance, who sent out their 2 volunteers also for free. We must thank Stu Mitchell for the loan of the flags, and the Mariners Church for the use of their premises. And we have a photographer, Nigel Newnham. Thank you so much of Newnham Photographics. Thank you, Nigel. And thank you to Caroline for the oil painting that we are, the bids are coming in, ladies and gentlemen. For those who weren't here at the beginning, we're taking written bids for a picture, which is a painting of the picture we have used on the publicity for this event. So finally then, the last thank yous go to, it says here, our lovely volunteers. I can't answer for their personal beauty, you know, but they have been wonderful, and their names are particularly Rob and Jane Mellors, Ian Perrin, Sarah Guilfoyle, and Nikki Wood. Please give them a round of applause. The choir absolutely want to thank Fiona Sewell. A demon on the organisation. And also, of course, Monica Murrell and Kirsty Abraham. Our choir leaders. A final round of applause for the choirs. And the choir, the final round of applause for the audience. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your support, for your donations. Don't forget to donate, the stewards are still there. And please remember that every pound we raise today will make a difference and will save lives. So, the choir is going to send us off with a song. Here it is again. Ire Gomo Guru Re Zimbabwe. Ire Gomo Guru Re Zimbabwe.